So every now and then I get these harebrained schemes where I want to play a recommendation game with you guys. So I've done cootie catcher books in the past where you do the little paper fortune teller and it tells you what book to read. I've done blind date with a book and dating game. Just random things like that where I come up with some kind of scheme for how I'm going to recommend a book to you and how I'm going to let fate choose a book for you. And there was something I wanted to feature this year in Austen in August, and then it hit me the other day that would be perfect for a game. So allow me to introduce to you the Jane Austen Tarot. I am kind of in love with this. It's so beautiful. It comes in like a little hard case and has a booklet that tells you all about it. And then the cards themselves are truly lovely. So they're nice and wide and the design of them is so pretty. And then the pictures on the cards themselves are just phenomenal. So as you can kind of see from this, it's basically like a regular deck of cards which you can use for tarot. That's called the minor arcana, and then the major arcana are the face cards, not like King of Queen, but like Death in the Tower. Those were bad ones. And though this doesn't have separate major arcana, it does incorporate them. So like here's the Chariot, here's Judgment. I love this because I think it's supposed to be Jane sitting at a writing desk. It's the Magician. I think that's pretty genius. Pretty sure that's Wickham and it's the Devil card. So I mean, it's just really, really well done. So just as a thing to have, I recommend it. So that's my quick review and kind of show and tell. But what I thought I would do today is I'm going to draw 3 cards, and those are going to be your fortunes. And those fortunes are going to lead to a recommendation of a book that I think you should read that I'm going to try to pick based on what the fortune is. Haven't done it yet. We'll see how that works. So how you're going to know which fortune is yours, which one you should go with. I've got my little bag of random pretty rocks. Ooh, shiny, you know, goblin core. And I'm going to choose 3 of them really quickly. 3 just totally different ones. And I'm going to set up a little spread. You're not going to be able to tell what the cards are, but each of them is going to have a stone on top. And you're going to choose the one that just resonates with you. Which one is calling to you, which one draws your attention first. That's the card you're going to go with. It will be your fortune, and then it will be your recommendation. So that's what we're going to do. Just totally random, just for fun. A little fortune telling game with a bonus recommendation at the end. And the Jane Austen Tarot doesn't get better than that. So I'm going to go ahead and cut over to our little spread. Well, first I have to shuffle and draw them for you and go find the books, and then we will delve into this some more. So here we have our 3 cards and our 3 stones. Choose which of the stones just calls your name. 1, 2, or 3. There will be a timestamp below to take you to your card reveal and your recommendation. If you chose stone number 1, black tourmaline, your card is the King of Diamonds, also known as the King of Coins or Pentacles. The book uses, for its model, Mr. Knightley, and like Mr. Knightley, this is a card of wealth and abundance and hard work that is paying off and achieving success. It may be the fulfillment of a creative task. Whatever it is, it's about taking it in and enjoying the good life, appreciating the things that you have earned and have worked hard for, and letting yourself reap the rewards and acknowledge them and enjoy them. My recommendation for you for the book to read might seem like a stretch to some of you, but I'm going to go with the short story anthology Yuletide. Specifically, there is a story in it where the Bennet family is working very hard at an enterprise, and I found the whole story so charming, and I liked how it was coming together. I liked that it was about the hard work and the creativity and how that was going to pay off, and how Lizzie and Darcy sort of find each other in that realm and how they play off of each other. It was a very charming story. I loved the entire anthology, but that might be my favorite story from it, and I hope that you'll enjoy it too. If you chose stone 2, the rose quartz, your card is the Queen of Spades, also known as the Queen of Swords. The deck uses Anne from Persuasion as its model for her insight, and this is a card about being independent and unbiased, having clear boundaries and direct communication. It's about valuing intellect over emotion in your process, in your decision making, and the path that you're choosing to follow. And it's about determination and resilience and trust and respect, ultimately winning the day and getting you where you need to go. My recommendation for this card is Conceit and Concealment by Abigail Reynolds. This is a traditionally set story, but not necessarily traditional in its retelling style. It uses the background of the Napoleonic Wars, which is always touched on in Austen's work, but isn't necessarily a focus. And it dials that up and gives our Darcy and Lizzie something a little bit more meaty and a little bit more dangerous to dive into. Because of that, it is a story of determination and resilience and trust and using one's intellect, and I think would be a perfect read for this card, and I hope you enjoy it. And finally, if you chose our third stone, lepidolite, your card is the Nine of Diamonds, but also a face card, the Hermit. The deck uses Mr. Woodhouse as the model of the Hermit for his tendency to turn inwards and seek some solitude and retreat from the world. This is a card of introspection and soul-searching. It's about going on a journey of self-discovery, of seeking inward and using your energy to determine what it really is that will satisfy you or set you on the path that you want to be on. And because of that tendency of the Hermit to go on a journey of self-discovery, I have a kind of loose recommendation or multiple recommendations for you, unlike with the other cards. So whereas with the other cards I recommended one specific book, with you I'm actually recommending a style of book, and that is one in which the main character goes on a journey, goes on a retreat, isn't necessarily a direct retelling of any of the stories. It may not use Lizzie and Darcy as its characters, but instead has maybe a modern character who is in love with Jane Austen, with Pride and Prejudice, with whatever it may be. So books like Austenland or A Weekend with Mr. Darcy, books where the character literally goes on a retreat and ends up finding a journey of self-discovery that they maybe didn't plan for. I think these books can be a lot of fun and kind of wish fulfillment-y, which isn't always a bad thing, and maybe it's what you need right now on your own journey of self-discovery and introspection. So there we have our choices and our quirky little game. I hope you enjoyed it and that it was just something fun and different for you, and if you have read the books, I would love to know your thoughts and if it resonated with you at all, and if you haven't, I recommend you pick them up. If you have other recommendations that you think would suit any of these cards, please leave them in the comments, and if you would like to see more of this style, this random weirdness in Austen and August, please let me know, because I think I could be persuaded to do more. Sorry to stick to the crappy handheld camera for the outro, but like always, my camera battery died while I was filming this, so we're just rolling with it. So thank you for joining me for this just random weird video. I hope you enjoyed it. Let me know your thoughts in the comments, and I will see you again soon with another video. Probably time I start reviewing some of the many Austen-esque books I've read over the last year, so I think a review will be up next, but Until then, there's tons more in Austen in August. I've linked it all below. There's a bunch of giveaways, all kinds of really cool stuff, and there's more to come because we're just getting started. So thank you guys for joining me, and until next time, read more Austen!